Good morning. Stitch grooved and edge beveled or wing spreader lined for the stitch groove. Got a pretty good handle on where everything's going. Lock this into place, and now I'm going to punch that, and then we'll sew that, and then we're going to cut a groove or a pocket slot right there so it's easier to access this pocket. And then this top, the straps will come off of here to here, so that'll be secure. And then we'll cut another opening slot in here, easier to access. So this all gets stitched to this front panel. Let's get it on after we do the stitch punch. Here we go. Craft Tool logo facing out from the stitch line. Start right here in the middle. And there's nothing under this panel. Stitching done on this pocket, so now I need to cut this for easier access. This one's ready to stitch. This will stay in place to meet the graphics. And now this is the lid, so it only gets stitched on the top. Oh, that would be an easy stitch. Need to knock that out. Keep those graphics in place, and then play with this top. That's a single stitch line across the top. Let's choke up on this one a little bit. You gotta watch out as you get close to the end of choking up, and you have to let some out because it will sew into your project. And the part that you've choked up is like, and it's like 3 stitches in, you're like, oh my god, what? I knew something was up. And I just twist that a little bit. Alright, let's go somewhere towards the middle. See if it goes straight through, and it did. Alright, let's head for the pony. Subscribe. Alright, let's do a little stitching here. Pull the thread through so it's even, nice and even. Twist our little thread here, twist this in the game. It's choked up a little bit. I normally go from the dark side of the leather. Careful, not too much tension on that first stitch because you pull your thread uneven. And when it's still pretty even, I'll see you on the outside. Stitching done on this pocket. And now this is the lid, so it only gets stitched on the top. Oh, that would be an easy stitch. Need to knock that out. Keep those graphics in place, and then play with this top. That's a single stitch line across the top. So since this is on top, I don't want to sew this underneath it and try to hold it back. So I shall move this clip down to the bottom, and it won't reach. And this one, okay, so I want the bottom to stay in place, this pocket. Let me get a bigger clamp, and then I'll sew the sides and the bottom, so that's in place. Then we'll sew the top. Oh, I feel like we're getting close and we're not. We're just next step. All right, here we go. So I have to line up this pocket, flap, and then the pocket, because the graphics down here, so I'll take this little clamp is too small. It won't reach, barely, just enough to like make it pop out. So we'll take this a little bigger one, go right here, get that in place, move this lid, which goes next, graphics out, go to the top where I use the wing spreader to mark the stitch groove instead of the actual stitch groove. It's hard. I can't be one with that stitch groover with a dull blade. I almost said the S word, and I want to keep this PG on this. Beep, 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 beep. It would be all beeps. Cool. So everything out of the way except for this. All right, we're starting the two-prong stitching iron while Lakota kills a passerby. Alright, the last stitch on the second pocket, the lower pocket. I don't have a cutting board that will fit in there. Cut us a piece of scrap. Let's come down 1 inch and in 1 inch from the side of the pocket.
The pad goes all the way down to here, so we're good. Carefully, nice sharp blade.
Take the edge off of there, just in case you have a nick from doing leather work on your little fingers, so whenever you reach in there. Cool. We may hit that with some dye. Okay, we still have to punch this. Just kind of match the letters up. Even out the sides. Mostly the letters. Take the bow out of it. Stitching iron. Start right here towards the middle. The craft tool facing out. Towards the outside. Towards the outside of the project. Now, it doesn't really matter which way. For me, I've chosen the craft tool out, which is the rule I stick by, so that the diamonds are always facing the same way. Oh no, this only goes across the top. Lord have mercy. This is the lid. That was close, huh? Well, this could get stitched all the way, just punched anyway. So craft tool going out on our little wing spreader line and flush up against the top pocket. And there we have it. The front is done. It's a flap. It's tight. Top pocket. lower pocket, graphics,